What's up, Christy?
Hey,
how's it going? So, do you have any things you want to talk about as we get into recording new content or anything like that? Any updates?
No, I'm just excited about our new recording situation.
New pod situation. I love it. Cool. Yeah. It's awesome.
I like it.
Okay. Well, then I'll just jump right in.
Okay.
So I need to know what has made you laugh recently?
Oh, did you put me right on the spot? Well, we just said stop talking dirty to me, and I thought that was funny.
Yeah. But anything in particular, anything you've seen.
Well, I got a Seinfeld puzzle for Christmas that made me laugh quite a bit. Are you talking
just in general,
TikToks and stuff?
TikToks or a funny situation or anything like that?
I have no idea.
Okay, that's fine.
I have not laughed in the last week.
That is
just
a
kidding.
Bold-faced lie. We just laughed recording your episode.
Yeah, that's funny.
Can you describe to me why it made you laugh, or what you feel like maybe your sense of humor is?
Okay, so what I've been laughing about a lot lately is in reference to hopefully what our previous podcast release was. Hopefully, it's that order.
It will be.
It's Florida Man, and it's just again that series on HBO about the Florida Man headlines. But not only do they comically reenact these scenarios, but it's the actual people retelling their story, and I'm just like, why aren't you embarrassed about this?
Yeah.
So anyways, I've just been doing the hide my face laughs on those.
Embarrassment laughter a little bit.
Just I can't believe these people are real.
Okay.
It's so funny.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, today we're going to talk about laughter. We're going to talk about senses of humor.
I love to laugh.
We're going to talk about why. Why do we laugh? Why? Where does it come from? Is it something that we are developed over time, or is it innate? So things that have made me laugh recently are just in general, our little shenanigans that we've had setting up this pod studio and everything.
Oh yeah.
But also things that always make me laugh are when people break character in a professional setting.
Yes.
Newscasters that lose their minds. There's one that's specifically popping in my brain of that lady giving that little fluff piece on the news about that cat that's doing aqua therapy to lose weight, and she is laughing so hard. She's doing the tea kettle whistle giggle while she's also trying to explain it.
Yes.
She's just giggling through it. It's my favorite thing. I love it. Also, comments on videos.
People.
I love
so
people
funny.
So much. I don't think
real people, not the people that not the bots.
Not the bots, but I don't think we give enough credit to us as a collective of how funny we've become.
Oh yeah.
We are so funny. And I don't know if we just didn't notice it before, but I notice it so much more now that we have access to social media and videos and stuff. Sometimes the comment sections are funnier than anything else.
Funnier than the video for sure. I'm if it's a good video, I'm the comment section is gonna
they're gonna destroy.
Yeah.
We've got a whole bunch of stand-up comedians out there just doing their thing. And then I just absolutely love absurd or unhinged videos of people doing stuff. That lady that drank that peach juice out of those Costco peaches.
Gosh.
I love it. Why? She has this gallon. No, it's got to be more than a gallon
it's huge.
of peaches, and she just grabs the whole thing.
Why was she doing
drinking it? I don't even know. But the comments. And then the other day I was at Costco and saw those peaches.
Oh my gosh.
And I
Did
was
you buy them?
No, I should have. I should have and sent you a picture of it, but just dripping down my
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now I want to go look at that video again and see
so
the
funny.
comments.
So, and I guess part of like we just talked about, part of the reason why I love that kind of stuff is we just really love the human experience.
Yeah.
We just really love being humans, and it releases tension. And I've talked
but also when people are funny like that, you're oh, I like you.
Yeah.
You're no longer a stranger. I like you.
Yeah. And humor can be an attraction thing too. So, I'm going to start first with talking about what we think laughter is, because when I got diving into this,
oh, fun.
There is so much. People have been researching where it comes from and everything for a long time. So, of course, I asked ChatBestie, If it could help me find some resources for what laughter is, so and why it happens, and if other species even experience like senses of humor or laughter. And so it gave me like the following, and then just as like a fun note, if you ever have like a couple minutes to spare and you want a good laugh, ask ChatGPT to tell you about a human reaction because it's a wild ride for a robot to tell you about a human thing.
It was like, let me tell you, because I am human.
Yes, I am. Hello, fellow human. I will tell you about laughter. Okay, so according to Chat, laughter is. Are you ready for this? Obviously.
No. What are you going to say if I say no?
I'm going to tell you what
Episode
it is.
over.
According to Chat, laughter is an involuntary rhythmic vocalization. And then it put in parentheses, pant-like sounds that predate speech and exist across many mammals. So, I mean, just if you get a wild hair, go and ask Chat about a human thing, like, what is laughter? And it'll give you some weird stuff.
Chat, give me an example of laughter. It's like,
yeah, exactly. And now you feel like kind of self-conscious laughing this whole time because you're like, am I panting?
I'm not panting.
I'm not sure. Am I panting? Are we panting? This is a different kind of pant, right?
Pants?
Napoleon hates those. So also according to Chat, laughter is a physiological and social behavior. It's not just an intellectual response to jokes. So it's not just our brain thinking like, oh, that's funny. It's sometimes involuntary. And then as far as like other mammals, early primates make play vocalizations similar to laughter, suggesting that humans inherited this from our ancestors like 10 to 16 million years ago. So chimpanzees, gorillas, and even rats emit like a laugh-like sound during play or tickling, highlighting deep evolutionary roots. And there's been, when I was looking into this, I went to ChatBestie, but also I went to Google Scholar because I wanted to see like actual research to see if there was like things, and there is so many papers.
Are you telling me that ChatBestie doesn't use Google Scholar?
Oh, geez. No, it does not.
No.
But yeah, there's tons of studies, and what they did, and I can link some of the ones I looked at, but they had like rats or other types of like animals, and they would like put them in social situations and then like observe them, and they would like laugh and play.
How are they putting rats in social situations?
You know,
did they like put out like little tables?
Cheese. Haven't you ever seen Ratatouille? Come on. There's wine, there's cheese, a couple berries.
I'm going to put you in this social situation.
There was a guy in a chef hat at some point.
Yeah. Hey, what did you do at work today? Oh, I made a rat social situation. I set it up a rat social situation.
Speed
experiment.
dating. I set up rat speed dating.
I gave everybody their parts. I wrote all the parts.
This is so unhinged. I love it so much.
You're the one that said a rat social situation.
That's what it said. Don't come at me, bro. I'm just...
There's going to be a follow-up episode where I investigate rat social situation.
I want a follow-up episode about you talking about rats.
Okay.
Okay, so... Speaking of evolution, so evolutionary functions or the big picture according to ChatGPT. So why we laugh is probably because it's for social bonding. So it's a signal of safety and a way to bond in groups, much like grooming in primates, but like a lot less gross. Like we're not picking fleas off of each other anymore.
Say grooming.
That's what it said. Grooming, but it's faster and honestly way less gross.
Groomed by your chat.
Am I in danger? Mom? Danger, Will Robinson. Okay.
Who's Will Robinson?
Oh, we just cannot get into all the things you don't know. Sorry. There's not time.
I have other talents.
Google's free.
I have other. Google is free. Thank you.
Free.
Hey, everybody, do yourself a favor and just Google it before you ask somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before you send a stupid message to somebody.
Go for it.
it lets larger groups sync up emotionally and even, in my opinion, physiologically. We just like when you're laughing with somebody, you almost, like you said, like you feel like more connected, more like with that person. They're suddenly like not just that other person. They're almost like your friend. So you kind of bond with them.
Well, and like anytime anybody laughs with you, it's like, oh, I love this person.
Yeah. And also sometimes people's their laugh is funnier than the actual event happening. Like,
or just like such a good laugh. I just think some people just have such good laughs that you're like, I love that.
There's a friend of ours.
I can make that person laugh. It just fuels my life.
Exactly. Yeah. And because you get like a kind of a high out of it, of like not only experiencing making them laugh, but then the enjoyment of their laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You have a good, I don't know, boisterous laugh.
Okay.
Like the one that's like
when I'm
like the little bit of like the cry.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that one's a good one. When I can't handle myself.
Yeah.
Another evolution reason why we laugh is like a false alarm play signal. So some theories suggest that laughter signals like if there was a threat and now it's harmless. So in social situations, maybe you're feeling on the defensive, but then somebody makes a joke and everybody laughs.
Yes.
There's no longer like
down.
Yeah. So, and I think it's just like a social bonding thing. So is it innate or learned? And I have written here because of who I am. Is she born with it or is it Maybelline? Maybe she's born with it.
I think for a lot of people it's born with it, but then there are some Maybelline laughers out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's both.
Okay. Good.
So according to an article written by the Oxford Scientist, which is Oxford University independent magazine.
Oh, are they good?
Probably. It's, you know what? Get out of here. I'm going to unplug your microphone.
You should.
So even though we tend to link laughter with jokes, most of the laughter we produce has nothing to do with humor. So according to this article, an example of this is when people laugh at funerals or in situations where human definition of humor is not present. So this is a thing. So in my research of looking at this, a few articles came up talking about people who have experienced traumatic brain injuries or have neurological disorders, where they can sometimes have uncontrollable fits of laughter, even in situations where it's not appropriate.
Super inappropriate.
Yeah. And this is actually called the pseudo-Boblier effect, which is PBA. It deals with involuntary emotions, not just laughter. And basically, it's like a short circuit in the brain's emotional control processing center. So just because you're laughing doesn't always necessarily mean that you think something is funny. It could be that your brain just cannot handle the situation.
This happens to me a lot.
Yeah. And I also think as we get into this more, we're going to talk about why we laugh. And I think one thing are going to talk about is the stress relief of it.
Yeah.
In such a high stress situation of like a funeral or something like a travesty, to be able to laugh.
Should I laugh or should I cry?
Feels good.
I will laugh.
It feels good. Yeah, it feels good. You have to have some sort of release of that tension. So, but laughing at funerals is a thing. If you've laughed at a funeral,
I have multiple times.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's just your brain is trying to find a way to release the tension.
And I can think of a couple different times that I have laughed at a funeral, and I can't remember what we were laughing about, but I remember the people I was there with, and like we were like, great, we got the funeral gigs.
Well, but I also think it's a good thing. Like, I don't know if you've ever been at a funeral where someone's telling a story about the person who has passed, and it's a funny story about them. It kind of bonds us all in that moment too, of like, oh, we love this person so much. We're laughing at, not at them or at this fact that they've passed on, but at like life in general, about being a human, about having this experience together. And we can still mourn and laugh at the same time.
Yes.
And I think the shame is more like, yeah, they would appreciate it. They would want that. Yeah. So but it's not always like an intellectual thing. Laughter is deeply biological, at least what we think so. So babies laugh even before they speak or even without cultural exposure, suggesting that the mechanism is inherent. So I don't know if you've experienced this with your children, but one of mine is very, very giggly. And the other one is very like, it takes a lot to make her laugh. But then when you like get the right jokes,
she's gone.
She's a giggler.
Oh, I love that.
But one of like my youngest is very much like you can make a funny face at her and she'll giggle and whatever. But it's so cool to see like the differences of the two of them. And as the oldest one gets older, it takes more to make her laugh because she's starting to develop, but it's still in her. It's just, she
doesn't have those cheap laughs anymore.
Yeah. No more cheap laughs. So that's just to say, if you have small children, enjoy the cheap laughter because it gets harder as they get older. Know. Booger beans just doesn't work like it used to.
Booger beans.
Hashtag Bluey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, deaf or blind babies actually laugh in contexts that don't require learned humor cues, and this shows laughter emerges without learning specific social cues, which is pretty fascinating. And as I mentioned before, it's likely evolution from our primate ancestors. So there's actually tons of studies on this that analyze the acoustics of play and tickling-induced laughter in chimps. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds on it because there's so much research. Seriously, like there's article after article after article about laughter and why it happens. We're really curious about it because it feels good to laugh,
and everybody wants it.
Yeah. But I highly recommend that you guys go and look into it because it's a really fun deep dive to just
I love that.
There's different little areas of like how it impacts health or why we laugh or what makes us laugh and like just like so much research that people have done on it. People way smarter than me. So with that in mind, the style of what seems funny to us, like the style is learned as we grow. So emerging research suggests the ability to produce humor or crafting a joke is mostly shaped by environment and culture, even if the capacity to laugh is innate. So we all have the capacity to laugh, but not all of us can make funny jokes. So not all of us are funny. Sorry about your bad luck. And I would argue that our experiences and trauma and current life circumstances shape our sense of humor, and even if what we think is funny at that present moment. And obviously the environment, like we said with funerals, like it can play into how we react. So for example, if you're having to have like a quiet, serious conversation, sometimes that makes things that aren't normally funny, really funny.
Oh yeah.
Like if you've been with your friend in a classroom trying to be quiet and the teacher just keeps doing dumb things, and it's funnier for whatever reason.
Because you're not supposed to be doing it. That's why it's like the danger of it. Yeah.
The danger. Yeah. But it's not like a harmful thing either.
No.
It's just the danger.
Yeah.
It's like safe danger.
Safe danger.
Safe danger.
Ashley's nickname in high school.
Yes, correct. My nickname in high school was Safe Danger.
Do you know Safe Danger?
Oh yeah, I've seen her around. So what makes something funny? So we're going to get into the humor theories. Humor theorists, which apparently is a thing, have tried to pin down what triggers laughter. And according to ChatGPT and a brief Google search by me, you're welcome, the following are the core humor theories. So there's 3. So the 3 are, the first one is benign violation theory. So this is when something violates like the expectation.
Okay, yeah.
But it's in a way that feels safe. So this is where dark humor comes in. And as we know, dark humor can be pretty subjective.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you about a friend of mine that makes dark humor jokes, and because we know him, we know that we know this friend, the jokes that he makes, we know the person he makes these jokes about would appreciate them. The dry or the dark humor doesn't necessarily hit as much as if somebody from the outside is viewing this.
Like
so
it'll make me uncomfortable.
It's going to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
My friend makes dead mom jokes.
Oh.
But we know, we all knew his mother, and she was like the funniest, and she would 100% appreciate that joke. And so like that kind of situation of like you're making a dark humor joke, but you kind of have to like pay attention. And that falls under the benign violation theory. So something is off, but it's okay because of like
the context,
the situation. The second humor theory is incongruity and surprise. So humor often arises from surprising twists or when outcomes differ from expectations. So the brain goes, oh, that's clever. I didn't even think about, I didn't even think that's where this was going. So a prime example of this is the classic joke of my grandfather died peacefully in his sleep, which is the expectation. But the kids in the car were screaming. So it's one of those things where it's like, that's not the expectation of what you thought it was going to be, but it makes it funnier almost. And then the third humor theory is psychoanalytical twists. So this is a theory that Sigmund Freud suggested, and he suggested that humor serves as a mechanism to release pent-up energy, either from repressed aggressive impulses or repressed feelings, sexual feelings, that kind of stuff. That's why we express certain types of humor. So those are really fascinating. This is just a brief skimming of this. I highly recommend people go in and look at this because it's really fascinating.
Well, that's why we introduce these topics. We're like, hey guys, let us tease you with this.
We're going to tease you.
And then you can jump into it wholeheartedly.
We encourage you to go read about it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about why we laugh. So the social and psychological health benefits of laughing. So laughter isn't just fun. It affects the body and the mind in measurable ways. And there's scientific studies about this. So laughter, they say, increases social bonding and feels good, especially in groups. People laugh about 30 times more with other people than when they are alone, which I understand. But at the same time, I think this might have been a stat that came before me laughing at the freaking comments on my phone, because I'm ugly laughing. All of the chins, all of the laughing.
But is that really alone?
Yeah, I don't know. Because if you talk about it in a social media environment, are you alone?
Yeah, I kind of feel like you're not alone when you're looking at those things, because it's not like you're just thinking about something funny to yourself. You're actively engaging in something with somebody else.
For sure.
Whether they are there or not.
So this is really fascinating too, and it's part of social conditioning is laugh tracks on shows. They say the reason that these work is that they stimulate the social conditioning that we all have to kind of do what the herd is doing, do what the group is doing. So humans are just wired to laugh more if other humans are laughing. So even if you don't necessarily think it's funny, if everybody else is laughing, you might join in just because you're like, well,
you're going to look weird if you're not laughing. So you're just like,
Yeah. So that's on that. There's probably a lot more we could get into about that. When you should look at the social group and say, hey, maybe this isn't funny, but that's a little more dark than I would like to go today.
Yeah. I've been there, done that. We shouldn't be doing this.
No. So now let's talk about stress and hormones and mood overall health. So genuine laughter, they've found, it lowers your stress hormones and it boosts endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin. So the same neurochemicals linked to pleasure and mood regulation. Some research even explores laughter as a prescribed intervention for well-being and sleep metrics, and sometimes even immunotherapy, which is fascinating.
Yeah.
A lot of the ones I was seeing about laughter and immunotherapy, it was because it reduces your stress response. And so, your cortisol levels and stuff come down. The immunotherapy is able to work better. Your immune system is able to work better when you're not stressed.
Yeah.
Which we all know that. If you get stressed, you get sick. That's just how it happens. Your immune system cannot handle all of it at once. It's already doing so much. So just laugh about it for a second.
That's why I knock on wood, don't get sick that often, is because I just laugh a lot.
You're very carefree.
Do laugh a lot.
You do laugh a lot. That's why we're friends.
I give it out easy.
Yeah, she's a really, that was her, that was her nickname.
Where are we going here? Easy laugher.
Easy laugher. Yeah, that easy.
Cut this.
According to other research studies, which I'll put in the show notes if I can, those that laugh more frequently have a less risk of disease states, including cancer.
Oh, good.
And they're doing a lot of studies. I mean, they're always studying cancer. One of them is helping people through chemotherapy using laughter, but also other things of just reducing your incidence of cancer by reducing your stress levels.
It's like Patch Adams.
Yeah,
Remember
I know.
that movie?
Yes, I loved that movie. I did think of that. I was going to talk about that, but this is already a bit of a doozy. So, so I want to know, like, what humor you gravitate to mostly. Like, what is your, like, do you gravitate more towards like dark humor, observational humor? Like, what do you gravitate to the most?
I really like the ones where I think I know where it's going, and then it turns out to be something completely different. So like
The
number
surprise
2
one.
of your
let's go back
examples.
And look. The incongruity and surprise.
Because it's like those types of things are like kind of funny initially, and then they like get you at the punch.
Oh yeah,
even more. And I love that.
It. Yeah. And I think that's probably why we like comments on things, because you don't expect somebody to make like that level of comment.
Yeah.
Someone
like, how is this ever going to be topped? And then you're like, oh, right here.
Especially even just like the comments where people are like, oh, I broke my ankle coming to the comments. Like with how fast I ran to the comments, I broke my ankle. Like, we all know that that's not real, but also it's so real.
I've been seeing a lot of people like slipping and falling on TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
And they're just so funny. And I'm like, that is the stupidest thing. So I'm also just like a cheap laugh.
Dude, that one you sent me, a guy filming his 2 kids and the little girl laughs at the boy after he laughs.
I don't know what
you sent it to me and she's like, it's so funny. She looks like somebody in the comments put that picture of Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie where he plays the bad guy. I think it's Django or whatever. And he's like holding the wine glass.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I'm gonna have to find it. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was so good. I watched it last night, actually.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you send me some funny stuff. I don't think even you remember sometimes.
I don't. And fun fact about me is I never look at what anybody sends me.
Rude.
I'm sorry.
I send you some gold.
I know. Well, and then I'll like occasionally be like, oh, geez, I got to unbury myself out of this inbox.
That's how my spouse is too. He's like, once it hits 99 plus, it stops notifying you.
Oh, yeah. I do. Yeah. Well, I have my notifications turned off.
Well, I mean, like it stops like
counting.
Showing it.
Yeah.
It stops
just
counting.
99 plus.
Yeah. And that's on TikTok. Sorry if we didn't say that. So my humor style is the same. I like the surprise ones, but I like dark humor as well.
I also like kids being funny. Like when kids that are like really small will say things that
shock you.
Yes. Because you're like, how did that come out of such a tiny body?
Yeah.
I think that's funny.
But in general, I don't really discriminate about unless it's like harming someone, then I discriminate.
I'll tell you. Okay. Let me tell you something that I don't like on TikTok. So if you send me these, don't send them to me anymore.
Okay.
Comedy skits.
Oh, I love comedy skits.
They're too long. I'm like,
I should stop sending those to you because I
just scroll past them.
Yeah.
You can keep sending if you want, but I just.
Well, you don't look at them anyways, so what's the point?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop talking to you.
Do it, lady. I dare you. I dare you.
I can't. I've already invested too much in podcast equipment.
There's a financial.
Yeah. So people differ in how they use and react to humor. Psychology identifies humor styles as affiliative, self-enhancing, aggressive, and self-defeating expressions of humor. So we'll get into those a little bit more, but those are just kind of like the humor styles as like what you would define as your own sense of humor. Some people think that they have one sense of humor, but research suggests that we all rotate through several, depending on the phases of our lives, depending on our current circumstances. And according to Chat and my light Google searching, there are things to these humor styles. So the first, as I said before, was affiliative humor, which is when we laugh together, and it's usually more like small talk laughter. Like when you're in a group situation and you don't typically know everybody, it's more considered like the safe laughter of like, oh yeah, we're laughing together.
Oh, I hate that laugh.
Like stand-up comedy is what you would put this as.
Maybe.
And
I will say like stand-up comedy is very, very funny, but sometimes like on TikTok, I'm just like, show me something quicker.
Yeah. Yeah. You have that
goldfish
brain. Yeah. That's okay.
Not always.
That's what we like about you.
That's what we likes about you.
That's what we appreciate about you. So the second is self-enhancing humor, which is laughing to cope or laugh to keep from crying. Like you said before, this is typically like the type of laughter that happens, or the style of laughter when you are like, oh, this sucks. I'm in this situation, but oh well, I'll just laugh about it. versus getting very emotional about it. So that's self-enhancing humor. The third is aggressive humor. So this is obviously when someone else is the punchline or like teasing, mockery and that kind of stuff. This is like roasts. I don't know if you...
Oh, I love a roast.
You love a good roast?
I do like a good roast. Because they're clever.
They are really clever. I guess it makes me uncomfortable. And I don't know if that's like my own like self-insecurities or something, but it makes me uncomfortable to like... I guess it's different than like the Comedy Central ones. When someone's just like roasting... You know, like
when we all know we're roasting,
when we all know
the intention
it's a joke.
Is there, yeah.
Even
those ones kind of do get like uncomfortable because then they'll like pan over to the person that's getting roasted, and they're kind of like,
like the roast of Justin Bieber. Didn't they make him cry?
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It was a long time. It was a while. He was still a freshie babe. He was
a baby beeb.
He was a little baby beeb.
Beeb. I said beef.
Yeah,
beeb.
Here's a fun thing about me.
One thing about Ashley.
One thing about me is I went to a Justin Bieber concert with my friends at one point. But because of my sense of humor, I wore a shirt that said Justice Bieber on it. And it had Justin Bieber dressed like a beaver. Because in the office, Dwight goes, "Who is Justice Beaver?" And Jim goes, "He's a crime-fighting beaver."
I don't remember that. That's funny.
The amount of dirty looks I got from all of the tweenie boppers that were there, because they were like, "Does she does that shirt say Justice Beaver?" Yes, it does. and that's on Ashley's humor.
And it was on purpose.
But yeah, so aggressive mockery. And then self-defeating humor is humor as armor. So like, I'm going to laugh at me before you get a chance to laugh at me. So self-depreciating.
Yes.
That's what I typically gravitate towards. And again, probably from my own, I'm going to do it first.
But you gotta stop doing that.
But I think it's also kind of like a coping thing a little bit.
Yeah.
Cause like if I can laugh about it, it kind of like breaks down that part of like, what I'm insecure about a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Of oh yeah, this is something stupid that I do. Like, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Like, I used to be embarrassed about this, but
no,
whatever.
Now I'm just owning it.
Yeah, I'm just going to own it. And I've noticed, I said this to a friend of ours, but as I've gotten into my 30s, like bridging towards my mid to late 30s, I've noticed I kind of don't really care too much about what people think anymore. I just don't.
Good for you.
I'm just like, I don't, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's too bad. It's too bad you feel that way.
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
Oh, that sounds like a you problem to me. Maybe that's really healthy. I have been in therapy for a while.
Healthy.
Yeah.
I think that is healthy.
Yeah.
Not caring.
Yeah. And then just some final fun things. So some people love to be laughed at, and that condition is called gelatophilia, and the fear of being laughed at is gelatophobia.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
I want to see what these words are that you're attempting.
I'm not kidding. I know it's not gelato, but it's gelato or gelotophilia.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Gelato.
She doesn't believe me.
You just say it fast, and then nobody can question it.
I'm a fast talker. I'm not a close talker. I'm a fast talker. And then
I do recognize that because I always listen to our podcasts when they come out. Always, and I listened to them before even, but I have my podcast set at 1.25.
Yeah,
and I'm like, ooh, I talk so fast, but then I have to remember that I'm sped up.
Yeah, basically, there's just some final fun things to think about or talk about is, do introverts and extroverts laugh differently? Do you think?
Probably.
What they think is funny is probably a lot different.
Well, yeah, what they think about, but I think even just being an introvert versus an extrovert, like I would imagine like they're more comfortable with, an extrovert might be more comfortable with a more boisterous laugh versus an introvert that might be like,
okay.
Should we cut that?
I don't know. And is nervous laughter a coping mechanism or social glue?
Oh, what do you mean by social glue?
I think just meaning like to ease the tension of the group.
Oh, I might laugh just to make other people feel better about things.
Yeah. Because I have a problem of making jokes when I'm uncomfortable. So maybe nervous laughter is someone's response to my my coping mechanism of making jokes when I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
like she's gone too far and I'm just going to keep letting her go.
Yeah. Maybe we glue together because you're laughing at my uncomfortable jokes. Good times. Okay. So just to wrap things up, there wasn't really like a game that we could play with this. So I just want to know video content or anything that just makes you laugh every single time you see it. Is there like a video that's like,
yes,
like that you just you'll never scroll past?
Okay, so it's that video of a guy and I don't know, he's like in the woods or something, and he's like rough beard and stuff.
And curly hair.
Just like
and shirtless for some reason.
I don't know. But he's talking about White Claw and how good they are. And he's just like, he says that he loves them because he said after drinking 12 beers, he gets all burpy and farty, but not with White Claw. And that once he starts drinking them, there ain't no brakes on this train. And then he said,
them shits are good.
Them shits are good. Tastes like kissing a cat with a piece of fruit in his mouth. And then he said, I drink 12 and then I take a quick piss and it's on to the next box. And then it said, he says
something about the cop showing up.
Oh, the cop showing up and the only person having fun is whoever gets to kick his ass.
Yeah, the taser him or whatever.
Yeah. But then he says, the best line of the whole video is, he says, the cost point is too high. And he said, oh, what does he say? He says,
it's hard out here for a pimp or something.
It's arguably the hardest it's ever been out here for a pimp.
Which, like, he talks and he's like talking like
next one.
He doesn't like speak very good English or whatever.
Yes.
And then he says words like arguably. And I'm like, this guy.
Arguably the hardest it's ever been out here for a pimp. Anyways, I love that video. I just send it to every person I know because
it's funny.
I just watch it over and over.
Well, and again, like it's the human thing, right? Like it's so funny. Well, people are just funny.
The video starts with him saying, I've talked a lot of shit on these things, but man, they is good.
Them shits are good.
Them shits are good. I agree.
Yeah.
I've been drinking the shit out of them White Claws.
Them White Claws. I have a hard time with carbonation things lately.
Oh, I love carbonation.
Yeah. Gets me all burpy and farty. Oh, fart jokes. I mean, why have we not talked about how funny fart jokes are?
Oh, fart jokes are always funny.
I think one of our fans of this pod who's texted me multiple times, her name is Adrian, and she always says you need to talk about how funny burps and farts are.
Oh, they are funny.
They're funny.
Yeah.
They're funny. Whatever reason. Being a human is funny.
It is funny.
So go and ask a robot about it.
They will not know how to respond to you because they are not real.
Panting sounds.
Hey, what does laugh sound like? Panting. Okay.
Oh, you and I pant a lot different.
Hey, listen, that's how we're going to know in the future if we're talking to a real person or a robot. We're going to be like, hey, describe to me what a laugh sounds like. And if it's a robot, they'll be like, it sounds like a pant.
Mm-hmm. Panting.
Yeah.
Put in them rats in social situations. 1 second.
I think we are off the rails here. Okay. Can we cancel? Can we end?
Okay. That's all I've got for you today. Have a wonderful week, everybody. See you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.